Philadelphia Super Site. We're here for the last home game of the 2025 PUL regular season for the Philadelphia Surge as they get ready to take on Indianapolis Red in a pretty important game here. I'm Sean Dacey. I'm here with Lisa Meaden. Lisa, talk us about this game that we're about to have.
So this game has a lot of implications for the playoffs. If the Surge win this game, they are going to the playoffs. If the Red win this game, they have to also go play New York Gridlock tomorrow night, and the outcome of that game affects their ability to make it into the playoffs. But if it ends up in a tie between the Surge and the Red, I think the Red win the bid.
Yeah, there's some kind of algorithm that makes things a little bit difficult here as we look at the PUL standings. We see Gridlock sitting pretty at the top there in the North Division, DC Shadow over there at the top in the South. Yeah, like you said, Surge win here, that's winning in for the playoffs. Red would have to win this game, I think, and then win tomorrow to really secure that spot.
For sure, yes.
So we see the players out here hugging it out, getting ready to flip.
The weather today is kind of warm and humid. We've got a little bit of dampness, a little bit of rain in and out, but not too windy. So it's really good conditions, I think, for a tight game.
Yeah, it's good Frisbee weather for sure. Interested to see if Indianapolis chooses to employ their zone defense that they've been using for a lot of their games recently. I was watching their game against Minnesota Strike. It was a very windy game, so it makes sense to go zone there, but isn't much wind out here today. Like you said, mostly just humid, a little wet, so we'll see what they do on defense.
I talked to Coach Blake Vanderbush about their D, and he said they want to keep the players on their toes, the Surge, so they're definitely going to throw in some wrinkles, even if it's not zone. But he was a little bit cagey about what that might be.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye out, probably some junk looks, a little bit of person, the whole thing. As we see here, Indy has defeated Austin in their season opener. They lost to DC, Raleigh, and I didn't catch the other team, but their first meeting with the Surge at the beginning of the season, Surge was able to win by 1 point.
That was a very tight game. Lots of turnovers. It was very windy, rainy.
Yeah, I was speaking with Natalie Bova. She was saying that everybody's fingers were numb from how cold it was. Kind of tough in the early spring there, especially in the
crowd is starting to fill up the stands now.
I kind of like the South Philly Super Site just a little bit better than the Drexel location. Not saying anything against Drexel, or it was a beautiful stadium and whatnot, but this kind of feels a little bit more Philadelphia Frisbee type vibe.
I agree. I like this site a lot.
Although from what I hear, the turf isn't the best to play on, but it's not really about the players, it's about the fans. So we're going to have a action-packed day here. So we just sit tight and get ready.
The Surge is in dark and the Red are in light.
Is there any players or on either team really that are kind of standing out to you so far this season, or players to watch that you're looking at?
So I was watching some of the old Surge games, and I noticed that Lindsay McKenna wasn't in a lot of the games, and I asked Coach Bear about that, and she was busy with USAU, so she has missed a few games, and so it's exciting to have her back on the field because she's an amazing, dynamic player.
Yeah, arguably one of the best women's players out of Philadelphia in so long. I mean, talk about a player that can really set the tone for a whole game just with one play. Even last summer when she played on the U.S. Worlds team, there was 2 plays in, she gets a layout D, and it just really set the tone for that whole game for USA. Like you said, she's going to be with the USA team again this year.
Yep, she's a walking highlight. You've got to keep our eyes on her. And the Red have quite a few standout players as well. I've heard that number 2, Matamore, is one of the fastest in the league. She didn't play, I don't think, in the first game against the Surge, so it'll be exciting to see what she can bring as a cutter.
And as we get set to start here, Emily Muller with the big pull. Surge starting on defense here. Looks like number 11, Tracy Lowe, picking up. T-Lowe. That's number 4, Rachel Moust with the disc. Centers it to number 9, Karen Rains, also known as Champ. Champ back to LG, Laura Garretser. Good handler movement so far from the Red as they push upfield back to number 9. Centers to Garretser. Good handler movement. They're not holding on to the disc for too long. Again, just working the handlers right up the field. It's Rains with the disc. Finds number 15 up the field to number 4, Rachel Mast for the goal. That was number 15, Sydney Loughran. Squid to number 4, Rachel Mast.
They really only used that kind of 1/3 of sideline of the field, so I think the Surge were trying to trap them that way, but it didn't seem to challenge them too much.
Yeah, a lot of quick movement there to really make the Surge's job very difficult on defense. But nonetheless, still great movement from Indy Red. We're going to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Discraft. The Discraft Ultrastar is the official disc of the Premier Ultimate League. Discraft, the world leader in disc sports.
This live broadcast of the Premier Ultimate League is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel. Go to breakmark.com to place your next custom team order or check out the PUL Athlete Collabs shops.
Quick work from the Indy Red offense there. Let's see what their defense can do as this pull goes up. That's going to be, we'll call that 55 yards or so. Up to Sarah Liang, who is questionable to play in this game. Good to see her out there. Centers to Emily Shields, back to Liang. Liang, a second-year player, just a real stalwart on this offense and defense, too, when she plays. But little bobble there, maybe a trip up.
Foul called, no contest. So was Sarah Liang injured or had some kind of injury?
Apparently she was sick and had pulled a muscle or something, coughing.
Okay.
Is what I was told, but... Yeah, she said she was going to feel it out today. Good to see her out there. As she
layout.
throws just a little past her. Sergio now on D. And another turn right away from Indy Red. Looks like we're going to have a call in the field, though, as something happened. Players now just discussing.
Like we said, it is quite damp and humid, so the disc might be a little bit slippery today.
Not sure what the call in the field is. As we see some of the observers getting together to also discuss. The players kind of have it's up to the players to make a decision, but they do have the observers as an option to go to if they can't come to a conclusion.
One of my favorite parts about a foul call is the reenactment, but there's no reenactment happening here. They're just talking.
I didn't really see anything.
I didn't either.
But hopefully they can figure it out. Okay, looks like this one's going to go back.
Liz Hart on the mark.
So Red will start. That's number 6. Risa Umino with the disc. Doing a little back and forth, but Veronica K-Spa gets the D there. Indy Red potentially moving a little too quick. Sarah Liang picks up, centers immediately to Walsh. Walsh going far side, looking for Linda Morris.
I like that swing. Opens up the field.
Linda with a little popper up to Emily Shields. She'll come down with it. Walsh with the disc. Pump fakes upfield. Goes center to Allie Milligan. Allie Milligan pushing that far side to K-Spa. K-Spa into the end zone for Liz Hart. That's a Surge goal.
Great work.
It wasn't a clean hold, but it's a hold nonetheless.
We'll take it.
So we're tied up here with about 9 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
I wonder if the players are feeling a little nerves from the importance of this game.
I'd imagine, probably, especially like in the beginning, I think that's when the nerves kind of have their effect.
Get the replay here. Walsh, I really thought Walsh was going to put that up. Nice fake.
Yeah, good inside shot. Walsh is just so dangerous in those small spaces. Yeah, just good continuation there for the goal. Serge getting set to pull. We see Emily Muller with the disc. We have Rachel Alfano, Natalie Bova, Sarah Hiranet, Lane Dodge, Kit Astrin, and Lindsay McKenna on D here. I believe that's Tilo picking up. Centers to Lauren Gerritzer. LG centers. Ooh, over the top. Over the head of number 15, Sydney Lochran. Kit Astrin to pick up here.
Lindsay McKenna going deep. They don't see her yet, though.
Little swing to Natalie Bova. Natalie back to Kit. Back to Natalie. Natalie can't complete the throw to Lindsay. As we have Tilo with the disc here. Looking for some movement from her cutters. Finds Rachel Mass in the middle quickly. Back to LG. LG to number 32, Shoni Rosenthal. Dumps it back to LG. LG was looking for Rachel Mast, but
pick call, I think.
Call. Pick. I believe that's number 2, McKenna Maddie Moore. Up to number 32, Shoni Rosenthal. Rosenthal looking for a dump.
Miscommunication there.
LG was going up line, so that's going to be a turnover. Emily Muller to pick up. Lindsay McKenna going deep. Finds Kit Astrin underneath. Kit to Muller. Muller back to Kit. A little bit of stagnicity here. I don't know if that's the real word, but good second effort there from Natalie Bova. Looks like a timeout may have been called here by the Surge.
It looks like the Surge wants to stretch the field, but the handlers just aren't seeing the opportunities yet.
Yeah, it could be maybe the mark is in the way, or for whatever reason the throwers just aren't confident yet in their deep shot. I know this Indy Red team is a team that likes to shoot deep, and they're pretty aggressive in that front. I would love to see Surge kind of do something similar here, because you have Lindsay McKenna going deep. I think that's a shot that I would throw 9 times out of 10 probably. Agreed. Even if I don't have, even if I'm not, super comfortable with the throw, but still, it's one of those things. I think as we go on here, we'll see more deep shots take off, but. Surge does thrive in that small ball handler space at times, but as we see, sometimes he gets a little stagnant, and I think that could be just, hey, everybody on the field is expecting the deep shot to go up, and then it doesn't go up, so now we don't know what to do.
McKenna did have some openings under, too, like, mid-range under, right. So that could be an option as well.
Right. Getting set here. Walsh is going to start us. So we had some subs made on both teams. This will be a pretty big break if Surge can convert here.
Got Grace Maroon in the middle there, number 19. Looking to her.
There we go. There's a deep shot to Grace Maroon right off the bat. Easy.
Nice grab. Nice play out of the timeout.
Absolutely. And Grace Maroon is a name that if you don't know by now, you really need to do some homework, because she is just the rising star of Philadelphia right now.
Phenomenal player, going to UPenn. They went to nationals this year for the first time in a long time. She's one of their star players, and super exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's another player that you have to be aware of whenever she's on the field, whether it's offense or defense. Chances are she's going to make a play around the disc at some point. So Surge with a big break there. Up by 1. We got 7 minutes, 45 seconds left.
It's a good thing that the rain is held off.
Yeah, we haven't seen more than a drizzle here. Since I've been here, at least, but we'll see as the day continues on. Emily Muller with the pull. Going to be a roller one. Makes it to about the opposite 45. Probably come in at the 45 and a half, 46.
Looks like they may be setting up their trapping flick defense again here.
Indy Red looking to get some movement started.
Going backwards, though.
LG with the disc. Going around. Nice grab there. Can't see the number. Up the field to number 4, Rachel Mast. Has a deep cut going. Decides against it, dumps it. That's number 57, Ellie Jose with the disc. Back to, I believe that might be Gibbs. They have a deep shot going up, but it's
nobody
too
there.
Far. Too far, too low.
Looked like the handler defense was solid and kind of kept them in that back line of the host stack, and they just didn't make much progress.
Kit Asterin picking up as Natalie Bova coming underneath. Rachel Alfano making a good deep cut, but Natalie decides to dump it back. We get the swing all the way across to number 73, Chelsea Semper. Semper to Kit. Kit, Semper. Kit back to, or Semper back to Kit, back to Semper. Finds Sarah Hiranet on this close sideline. Good cut, great grab under
went
pressure.
To the disc.
Natalie Bova has 2 players running deep. They're both open. This one looking for Rachel Alfano. Oh, good defense there. I believe that is number 4, Rachel Mast with the D.
Maybe if it had been just a little bit flatter out more towards the cone, it would have worked.
Yeah, great look. Execution was just slightly off. Surge on defense now.
Whoa.
Ooh, good bid attempt there. It was number 57, Ellie Jose. Semper with a good holster there. Going up the field to Kit Asterin. Asterin looking upfield.
Beautiful grab under pressure.
Nice. That's
And
number
a break.
4, Anna Harnage. 2 breaks in a row for the Surge. Great start to this game.
Here to keep that momentum going.
I think comparing it to their last game, Surge's last game against Milwaukee, they're definitely off to a better start.
Yes, it's good to see.
So we see the replay. Good focus there. A couple high pressure contested catches there.
Got to toe the line, keep that in. So it's exciting time in Philadelphia. We have 4 high school teams going to high school nationals this year.
Wow.
3 boys teams from Masterman, Wissahickon, and Strathaven, and 1 girls team from Strathaven. So
Are you the coach?
I am the coach.
For that team?
I am.
Oh, that is awesome. Congrats
So it's very exciting. I don't think we've ever had 4 teams from the Philly area at nationals before.
Wow. Very exciting time. Kind of seems like maybe this team here is having an impact on the community at large.
I think the fact that we have the Phoenix, a men's team, and the Surge, a women's team, is really helping to rep Ultimate in the area.
We love to see that. As this pull goes up, I believe that was Linda Morse with the throw. LG has the disc in the center. That's number 77, Kat McGuire. McGuire back to LG. LG back to Cat. Cat goes far side. That's 15, Sydney Lochran. He's looking for Rachel Mast. Holsters it instead, goes back to Cat, and then centers to LG. Losing yardage, but that's all right. Up the field to Tracy Lowe. Quick flip to McKenna, to LG. Back to Lochran. Dump to LG. Finds Cat in the center. Indy Red really churning right now. Good movement, good motion. Rachel Mast with the disc. Goes up the field. That's number 27, Eliza Hutchings. Hutchings back to LG. Up to Rachel Mast. Ooh, a point block from Linda Morse. Shuts this offense down quick.
Linda's going deep. Not looking at her now.
Walsh finds Grace Maroon. Back to Walsh. Walsh up the field to Linda Morse. Has K-Spot going deep, decides against it. Was looking for Liz Hart underneath. Just errant throw there from Linda. A little bit behind Liz. So Indy Red with another chance here. Oh no, LG picking up.
Annie Myling from the Red.
LG to Lochran, up to Hutchings. Hutchings looking for Rachel Mast. That's going to be completed for a goal.
Now that was a nice outside-in flick.
Yeah, great throw to space. Mast had some yards. All you have to do is just put it to where the defender can't get to it. And that's exactly what happened. Good movement, though, from the Red throughout that point.
Yeah.
On offense.
Here we see the replay. Very nice flick into the end zone.
Yeah, it's Hutchings with the throw there.
Dropping a dime right in her breadbasket.
The combined women matching and non-binary program.
Tough point for Linda Morse, getting that point block, setting your team up for success to break again, and then when you can't convert and end up getting scored on, it can't feel good. But on to the next point. Sergio, the Sergio offense get a chance here. Let's see what they can do with it.
For a M. Lexiot Moeller jersey.
Still a tight game. We've had a couple breaks, but the Red are only down by one. One more break from them, and it would tie it up.
It's Umino with the pull. Pretty solid pull. Allie Milligan lets this one hit the turf, picks it up, finds Walsh.
Oh, we got a zone.
Here's a little zony look here. Looks like a bit of a cup. So one thing that I actually heard head coach Andrea DeSabato talking about before the game was, there's zone looks and what the rules are about double teaming, because there are times when we see a cup like this that two defenders end up covering the person who has the disc, which is illegal.
I think it's just natural that when you're in a zone, you tend to creep in closer and closer, and so you have to really monitor that when you're one of the throwers and not let that happen.
I agree. Milligan with the disc, because they've just been patient so far. Quick movement is ideal.
The first time they played, the Surge really struggled with their zone offense, but they seem like they've gotten a lot more practice now, and they look smooth.
McKenna with the disc on this close sideline, looking center, using her fakes, which is the best way to break a zone. Walsh now back to Asterin, up the field. Quarterbacking, we got Natalie Bova now with the disc. Bova finds McKenna.
You want to make them run, make them pay for having to put this zone on.
Quick movement is ideal, but dropping the disc is not ideal. Umino with the disc to pick up, finds number 5, Lizzie Tilden. Looking upfield, it's Hutchings with the disc, and no cutters in front of her, has to go backwards. Claire Milton finds, not sure who that is, but back to Hutchings in the center. Looks like a timeout was called about a throw ago. Hutchings a little bit disappointed. I think they were excited to punch that one in. trying to keep the Surge O-line on the field to play some D, tire them out a little bit.
One difference between professional ultimate and regular ultimate is that the coach can actually call a timeout. In regular ultimate, it has to be someone on the field. And apparently one coach is a designated timeout caller, so they have to contact one of the observers to let them know.
Good to know. And you can sub players out on a timeout in the PUL, something you cannot do in regular
be sure to check out Pot of Essence. Get some
club
soul
or
food, just
college, high school frisbee.
Delicious food all night long.
We have about a minute 39 left. Just a reminder that we don't do buzzer beaters in the first quarter. It's last possession. So if the time runs out and Indy Red still have the disc, they will be the last team to have the disc. And if they score, it's a goal. If they turn it over, it's the end of the quarter.
They can take their time and be patient.
I think, yeah, I mean, you're down by one. I think ideally you want to chew a little bit more time off the clock. If you can get all of it, that'd be great. And the score is obviously ideal, but this is a pretty tough Surge defense you're going up against. So I imagine they're just going to, if the score is there, they're probably going to take it. The opportunity arises.
Looks like they're in an L stack.
Tilo finds Garancer to open it up out of the timeout. LG back to Tilo. Tilo.
Nobody on the mark here. There we go.
It's number 9, Corinne. Champ Reigns looking up the field for Shoni Rosenthal. Shoni calling a foul. I was looking down at my notes. Did you have a good view?
I mean, she did come from behind, and there was a little body contact, but it felt like she got the disc. So I don't know. I mean, it's close. It could go either way.
Yeah, the players are discussing it. Looks like it's going to be contested, which will send it back. As Indy starts,
I like the intensity of the defense here.
Rachel Matz on the far side with the disc. Back to Tilo. Good break throw around. Tilo inside backhand. Garancer is now on the doorstep. Quick flip over the top. That's number 9. Karen Champ Reigns with the goal. So Red made pretty quick work there. About a little under 30 seconds or a little over 30 seconds to score that point. We got a minute left in the first.
Okay, got the break back, so it's all tied up now, 3-3.
Tight game so far. I imagine this one's going to go the distance.
Yeah. I felt like the Surge really played hard defense, but the offense was just better.
If you miss seeing Raha Mozafari on the field, come see her at Fishtown Dentistry. Dr. Mozafari has been brightening the Philadelphia Ultimate community smiles for years and is a proud
So there's about a minute left, and I suspect that the Surge is going to try to use up this full minute.
If you would like to visit as a patient or have questions,
and hopefully score.
This looks like a bit of a stacked line here for Surge on offense. We got Grace Maroon, Danielle Walsh, Sarah Liang, Liz Hart, Emily Shields, Allie Milligan, and Linda Morse.
I wouldn't want to face them. They're tall, they're fast, and they can throw and catch.
As we see number 7, Annie Mylink getting ready to pull here for the Red. Good pull. This one rolls out of bounds. Walsh will pick it up on the far sideline. A little bit of awkward start there, but has Grace Maroon on the around. Ooh, good pressure from Red there, but Emily Shields able to catch it. Walsh with the disc finds Grace Maroon. Back to Walsh. Here's that quick handler movement we love to see. Red deciding against the zone look from last point, their last defensive point.
Trying to keep Surge on their toes.
Grace Maroon up the field to Walsh. Walsh shooting deep, looking for Linda Morse. Has steps. Ooh. Oh my.
I believe a foul is called.
from here. It looked like Rachel Graber just kind of jumped into Linda's elbows. But I probably don't have the best perspective, so we'll leave this one to the players and the observers to figure out. As we have more discussion.
Contested foul. This will be Philadelphia's at the goal line. With 7 seconds left, remember, as time expires,
it is a foul. Linda Morse is going to take the disc at the goal line here.
The point will end with
we have 7 seconds left. Again, there is no buzzer beater, so they have all the time in the world to score. Back to Walsh.
And in fact, they should use the time.
Oh, Sarah Liang with a great cut.
Beautiful.
Wonderful cut there to get open. That's going to end the first quarter with a goal for the Surge.
It's 4-3 at the end of the first quarter.
And that is why you do double score at practice, right?
That's right.
So we see this wonderful cut from Sarah Liang, just
all right, Surge fans, it's time for everybody's favorite
taking her defenders' ankles with her on the way to scoring the last goal of the first quarter.
You are either going to lock it in with your heads by putting your hands on your heads or tail. Hands on your hips.
All right, and we're going to head to a quick break here, and we'll see you back for the second quarter.
Tails. All right, lock it in. 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back. We're here for the Philadelphia Surge's last home game of the 2025 PUL regular season. Currently up 4-3 in a very close game. I feel like there haven't been too many D's. Obviously, we had Linda Morse's hand block, which is great. I feel like a lot of the turnovers we're seeing are just kind of either miscommunication or execution errors on the throws. And not so much a defense generating Ds, but the pressure is definitely there. And I think as these quarters start going on, we're going to see a couple more D's actually start happening.
Well, when the Red did put a zone on, they got a turnover and were able to get a break. So I suspect the Surge should be ready for that again. It's probably going to come out again.
Yeah.
When they least expect it.
I like how Red employed the zone. It worked, right? And then they didn't come back to it the following time they were on defense. Really just keeping the Surge, like you said, their coach was trying to do, just keeping them on their toes. And I think if the Surge can't adapt, then that's a strategy that could lead to a Red W.
On offense on the scoreboard side of the field.
We can speculate all we want. We'll just have to kind of wait and see here and watch as this one plays out.
Surge gets to be on O in the start of the second quarter.
So ending the first quarter on offense, starting the second quarter also on offense. Good look for the Surge. Let's see if they can capitalize. As Umino with this pull here. This one looks like it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds pull. The disc will come in at the middle of the field where it went out of bounds.
This disc is going to be coming in at around the 36-yard line. 36 and a half. Sarah Liang over to Allie Milligan. Again, Indy Red coming out with this zone look here.
This time it's more of a trapping zone.
Yep. Liang up the field to Milligan. Back to Liang. Liang over to Hart. Good movement. Good quick movement here. Milligan. I'm hearing fire called. That's usually
Going to person.
Yep, that's the code for we're going person. It doesn't matter. Case ball finds Allie Milligan for the goal.
That's good for Surge to show that they can handle the zone.
Yeah, luckily they only had to do it for about 30 yards.
Yeah, I might have called it off when it was that close to the end zone to begin with.
Yeah, maybe the fire call a little bit sooner would have helped Red there. But
I like the quick movement. That's what kills the zone defense. If you could just keep them on the move, they can't really stifle your throws. So
yeah, that really is the key. If the defense can't get set, then can't really
they're just
do
always
what they're supposed to. Or
sprinting around trying to find somebody, but never really covering anyone.
Yes.
We'd like to take this opportunity to remind you all that this broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League.
The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimateleague.com to donate today, or to just check out the website and see what's going on around the league. Always an option too. As we see T-Lo getting ready to tap this disc in.
Oh, they're looking to Huck right away.
That's number 77.
Oh,
McGuire.
so close.
McGuire on the doorstep flips it to Rachel Mast, who's able to catch it in the air before she comes down in the end zone for the goal. Indy Red with a very quick response.
That was a nice look, because up to this point they've been playing a lot of host stack, and they went to avert and just hucked it immediately.
Yeah, I think just have someone sit deep if you're Surge defense. Whether you're on offense and you just turned it and now you're on defense, or you're coming out and playing defense, I think just having someone back there. Because this Indy Red team, like I said, they love to throw it deep.
The defender was just inches away from getting that, though. It was so close.
Yeah, great effort. I believe that was Anna Harnage on the D in proximity.
See what Surge has to answer to that.
That wasn't even a 20-second point, I don't think.
Raffling off Dick's Sporting Goods
So
gift
Red
cards, Wawa gift cards.
looking to pull here. That is Risa Umino. No, I'm sorry. That's Annie Mylink. Sorry. Getting set to pull. This one gonna blade out right down the field. Linda can't stop it. Daniel Walsh picks it up right to Milligan. Again, we see a zony kind of junky look here from Red. As Liang finds Milligan in the center. Kind of break it open back to Liang on this close sideline. Back to Milligan.
I think they need more of those give and goes to break through this.
Yeah, more quick movement for sure. Red seems to be content with, just having the handlers throw back and forth amongst themselves. But yeah, it's that through the gut shot that they're trying to stop. And they're doing a good job of it so far. Milligan with the disc. Using her fakes. Hits Walsh on the far side. Walsh immediately to Liang. Liang finds, it's Emily Shields. Back to Walsh. Walsh surveys, finds Shields on a nice little lefty dishy. It's the inside backhand. Ooh, looking for Grace Maroon, but it's a little inside.
A little behind her.
A little behind. I believe that is number 19, Melissa Gibbs with the D.
Oh! Amazing layout D from Grace Maroon. Wow.
Wow. Sarah Liang picks up, looks for Walsh. Walsh on the doorstep. finds Linda Morse there for the goal. Wow.
You were asking for some D. We got some D there.
I'm looking forward to seeing that replay.
I am too.
That's how you get the disc
That was
back.
some air underneath.
And that one felt like a bit of a tone setter too. And that was actually Riley Kuznicki on red who got the initial D on Grace Maroon. Grace Maroon comes back and says,
She took it personally.
yeah, she says, no, I can do it a little bit better. Watch this.
Here comes the
Tune in
replay.
for the replay. On that outside hip.
Look at the vertical jump on there. Beautiful.
Shoulder high layout from Grace Maroon. Gets the D. Wow. Making a statement. Score is now 6-4. Indy Red looking to get one of those quick offensive scores that they've...
Hopefully the Surge is aware now and will keep somebody deep.
Yep. This kid Astrin gets set to pull. This one a low pull. It's going to bounce. We'll skip. Right there on the sideline. It'll roll out.
Looks like they're setting up in a similar kind of L-stack formation here.
A little bit of like an angled vert.
Yeah.
Maybe a little zipper action here. Just to get some movement.
Ooh, nice grab.
It's Lochran with the disc. Lochran back to LG. LG finds Kat McGuire. McGuire to Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore up the field to McGuire. McGuire backhand on the flick side to Mast. Mast with a quick flip into McGuire for the goal. So
the vert stack seems to be working better for the Red than the hoe. The hoe just forced them to do a lot of work.
Again, good movement though. I like, you have obviously the go play from the start, and then the motion from there
More Than Movement is a proud
was really good and effective, obviously, as they scored this one.
Partner for the team. NTM is a physical therapy and
So Red kind of showing us that they are like a solid all-around team on offense, right? They have the deep shots. They're not scared to throw deep, and they connect on those, but they're also willing and able to dish out the small ball, work it up the field the old-fashioned way.
One of the things Red coach Blake Vanderbush told me was that because this Red team is spread out all over the Midwest, they don't get a lot of time to practice together. And so now that they're a couple months into the season, they really have built chemistry, really built trust in each other, and so they're really starting to gel.
I think that's obvious, or at least it's working for them. So it is 6-5. We got a little over 8 minutes left here. This is Risa Umino with the pull. Walsh to pick up. Centers to Liang. Liang up the field to Hart. Good movement so far from Surge. Shields with the disc in the center. Looking upfield, finds K-Spa in the center. K-Spa with a big fake. Now looking for a dump, finds Milligan. Ooh. Good defense there from Red. Looks like a pick call.
Pick call.
Milligan to start. Looking for Walsh, finds her. Walsh just so crafty as a thrower.
Wow.
Morse.
Nice save by Linda Morse.
Walsh again. Finds Hart in the center. Hart back to Walsh. Walsh back to Hart. Hart.
Beautiful.
That's K-Spa. Veronica K-Spa with the goal. They call her K-Spa because her last name is really hard to pronounce. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Hyphenated.
Yeah, we'll go with K-Spa here. Good work from the Surge.
Ultimate is all about the nicknames. You got to have a good nickname.
And, I'm just looking at the rosters here from each team, and I think in the nickname game, Red wins.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot more players that have some good nicknames.
Yeah, it's not even close. On Surge, we have Emily Muller, known as Legalodon, and then we have Veronica K-Spa.
Maybe they have secret nicknames that we just don't know about.
Yeah, they just didn't put that in the spreadsheet, but Indianapolis Red, we got Champ, we got Tilo, Squid, Coos, LG, Skittles, there's a Jello. There's a Jello out there.
Solid. What's your nickname on the field?
It's probably not. It's probably best I don't use it here on the stream. Anyway, Lindsay McKenna getting set to pull here. Big pull. This one's gonna sit, float for a little while. As Indy Red gets set, that's LG in the center. Get up the field, finds number 32, Shoni Rosenthal. Shoni back to LG. LG finds number 9, Corinne, I guess. That's LG looking deep. Finds number 15, Sydney Loughran. That's Squid with the goal. LG to Squid.
Beautiful. I really feel like the vert is working so much better for them. They're just eating up more space. They're more dynamic. When they were doing the hoe, they just seemed very stagnant, getting just mostly handlers involved.
I agree.
Here to check out
Yeah, Red look efficient and like a well-oiled machine on offense. So we see that chemistry starting to kind of play its part.
They've got shirts, they've got hats.
But Surge are winning, still up 1. So
and it's all worth it. It's all 25% off.
they'll get no point here.
Your
And
last chance at Surge.
as long as you score all your O points, you'll win the game.
Indeed.
I think at this point. So we've gotten a pretty good fan turnout here so far. I've definitely seen these stands more full.
We usually have night games, so I think the fact that it's an afternoon game might make it a little harder to get to, potentially.
Yeah. So I guess Frisbee season is starting to pick up, so teams have practices and whatnot. As Annie Mylink with the pull here.
Got about 6.5 minutes left in the half.
This one's going to roll up. Walsh will pick up. Another junky, zony look here from the Red. Walsh using her face. Really good job using this face. Opens up the cup so she can find that Grace Maroon there in the center. Again, just good fakes. Allowing the Surge receivers and cutters to find the open pockets.
Nice layout.
D there. Annie Mylink with a bid. Causes enough confusion to create the turn.
Annie Mylink with the block.
Number 23, Lily Hobday with the disc.
And timeout called by the Red.
And the Red will call a timeout here.
Maybe they want to get their solid O-line in here. This is an important point.
I think that is definitely a good idea.
Half, we're going to do Surge Says,
If they get this break, it'll tie the game at 7.
Lucky fans who want to play. Let me see anybody 5 who wants to play. There's one right there.
I'm just going to use
hat.
this opportunity to shout
You can
out
come
Charlie
on down
Hops,
in like 5
who
minutes
is
and 45 seconds.
who runs
At halftime,
Chuck,
we're coming down. Who else wants to
CHUCC.
play? Need 4 more contestants.
Charlie
Who
Hops,
else?
Ultimate Coaching and Consulting,
Yeah,
is a
there's
proud
2
partner
right
of the
there.
Philadelphia Surge.
All right.
Are you an Ultimate
Orange
player
shirt.
trying to reach the next level in your game?
3 right there.
Are you a coach or a
CJ,
captain who
who
wants
else?
to
I
get the
need 2
most
more.
out of their team this
Come on,
season?
2 more lucky fans.
Charlie
Who
Hops
wants
has worked
to
with players and
shot?
teams at
We have
every
a
level, from
beautiful-
high school and college to club and pro, including your very own
beautiful
Philadelphia
prize for our
Surge.
winner.
Charlie
I
will
need
work
2
with
more
you to
contestants.
chart
Yeah,
a
there's one right
path
there.
to
If I can
reaching
have
your
one
goals.
more.
Learn more and
Yeah,
schedule
all right.
your free
We're gonna come
consult
down
call
half.
by
We'll call you
visiting
down.
charliehops.com today.
All right, this is a big point. They can tie the game here.
This looks like LG picking up. Grace Maroon on the mark. We have Natalie Bova covering, I believe that's McKenna Moore on the first cut. Maddie Moore, sorry. Back to LG. Up to Kat McGuire. Ooh, through the hands.
Oh, what a great second bid.
Rachel Mast had the second attempt there, can't come down with it. Astrid picks up, finds Lindsay McKenna right away. Lindsay up the field to Linda Morse. K-Spaw's going deep, sides against it, looking for a dump now. Great cut by Astrid, good focus to reel it in. Up the field to K-Spa. K-Spa with a little stumble. She's all right. Backhand around, looking for Grace Maroon on the sideline. She stays in. Grace Maroon dumps back to Astrid. Astrid up the field to Natalie Bova.
Nice
Good
grab under
contest
pressure.
there. Lindsay shooting deep, looking for Sarah Hieranet for the goal.
Wow! Awesome.
Sarah Hieranet, big layout bid there, coming down with it, and just a little tiny foot spike, just a little tiny kick spike.
That was an important point, and Philly did not let them get that tie. They held after a turnover.
Surge increasing their lead, goes up 8-6. Lindsay just taking a second to gather herself before the throw. Sarah Hieranet, another one of those cutters you see going deep. You almost feel obligated to throw it.
Especially when she has a couple steps on her defender.
Yeah, a legend here in Philadelphia. So we got 4 minutes, 40 seconds left here as Emily Muller is getting set to pull.
A lot of the same players in from the last point.
See some typical D-liners out there. This pull's going to go out, almost makes it to the opposite 40.
In some ways, it seems like the Red have figured out their trap, defense, and I wonder if it might make sense to try force middle for a little while.
It's a good idea. Tilo finds number 9, Karen. Champ shooting deep. Hutchings is there.
It's going to work.
Hutchings with the grab. Now to Tilo. Tilo on the doorstep. Surveying.
Nice marks here.
Oh. Flip up to LG. That's going to be a goal for Red. Muller just right there. Just can't get her head around to find the disc. And
they were really clogging up the area around the thrower, but she managed to find a little window to put it.
A little chaotic there from Red in the end zone, but if it works, it works.
Tilo seems to be their conduit. They like to go through every other pass if they can.
I just had a bite of the delicious Pot of Essence fried cheesesteak spring rolls. Be
So
sure
close.
to check out Pot of Essence.
Good trust throw.
Just past the merch
Just a
tent,
quick little flip.
right outside the gate.
About 4 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, that was a very quick point. Let's see what the Red can do here.
They've been playing some junky stuff.
Yep. Yeah, let's see if they stick with the junk or they switch it up here. Risa Umino with the pull. Looks like all of our pulls are going to that far side right over there around the 40. Walsh looking deep for Sarah Liang on a nice outcut.
Nice grab.
Great grab. Liz Hart now with the disc. About 15 yards out from the end zone. Back to Walsh. Walsh with a little floater to Liang. Liang looking for Shields. Shields hops in. That's a goal.
Doesn't seem like Sarah Liang's feeling too much of the effects.
I think she's okay.
Whatever she was suffering from. She's been solid today.
Yes, and all season too. Sierra Liang, a great ad last year, was her first year with Surge. Really just coming into her own here.
I really like the first down the field look. That really got this point started. And Sarah's amazing grab.
Yeah.
It's
all around good
Kids Day
movement.
here at the South Philly Super Site. So if you are a kid, have a kid, or feel like a kid, be sure to check out My Best Birthday, located right by the My Best Birthday end zone on the field.
Looks like Kid Astron will be pulling this one.
These points have been going by pretty fast. There's still 3.5 minutes left in the half.
Just kind of, defense is hard in Frisbee. It doesn't matter what level you're at. Let's see what the Surge can cook up here as they run down on defense. LG to start for Red. Deep cut immediately from Maddie Moore. Rachel Mast has the disc now. Centers to number 9, Karen. Champ to LG. LG to Lochran. Squid to LG. LG finds, I'm not sure who that is, but that's Maddie Moore looking to the end zone.
Oh, I think she was out of bounds, though. First point of contact was her chest, and that was out of bounds. No!
I think she might have dragged her feet. I think she might have had the toe drag.
Oh, we got the double kick.
Trying to get the number there.
We need to see that one again.
Yeah, I believe that's number 32, Shunny Rosenthal. The good second attempt. Once we see this replay, we'll know for sure. From up here, my first thought was, I think she dragged the toes on the layout.
You're younger and have better eyes than I do, so I trust your view.
Let's see. There's the bop.
Oh, you're right.
Toe drag.
Toe drag. I missed it. I apologize.
But if she had like another point of contact out of bounds as she caught it, then we could, I think then it would be out.
This game is turning out to be as tight as we expected it would be.
Yep. 9-8, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Red once again need to come up with something to generate a turn here and then convert.
They've gotten some turns, but just weren't able to convert them.
Yeah. So we'll see what they come up with as MyLink gets set to pull.
They're partial to these rollers.
This one will roll right past Walsh to the sideline. Walsh can't corral it.
Looks
Almost
like
looked upset with herself.
Disgusted.
She'll
Why
tap
couldn't
it
I
on
stop
the
that?
Sideline. Finds Milligan in the center.
I like how they broke through that zony look right away.
To Shields to Grace.
Oh no!
To Liz Hart, but another quick flip to K-Spot goes down. So Red to start here on O. It's Lily Hopday with the disc. Finds number 66, Rachel Graber. Graber finds Coos. Coos to Phillips. Phillips over to, is that Cat? I'm not sure. Back to Graber here. And that is Riley Dixon with the disc up to Coos. Coos dumps it back. Graber now with the disc. Looks like a call on the field. I think Walsh is claiming that Umino might have pushed her to get open during her cut, so foul was called there. Graber will still have the disc here. A lot of space on that far side. Yeah, good look to Hopday. Hopday back to Graber. Oh,
unfortunate.
Umino can't come down with it. That's a tough drop. That's when you're going to want back for sure. Milligan to start. Dumps back to Liang. Liang up the field to Grace. Shields is deep. Had plenty of steps, but the throw doesn't go up. Liang now with the disc. Liang finds K-Spa. She's going to catch this one this time. Quick flip to Shields. Shields to Hart. Maroon alone in the space in the end zone. This one too far.
Oh.
And that's just one of those things, I think, where you see someone so wide open, you're like,
Liz Hart was like, I
How
can't
throw
not.
this away. And looks like there is some kind of call.
Injury call.
An injury, I believe. I'm not sure. Looks like Walsh. Oh no, she's still out there.
Is it a Red player?
No, I think maybe Liz Hart called injury. So I'm not seeing her out there anymore. Right.
I agree. I do not see her.
One of the Surge Says contestants, please start making your way to the DJ stand.
Yeah, Hart is on the
Start making your
sideline.
way to the DJ stand. If you are a Surge Says
I believe Linda Moore's
contestant.
tapped in for her. So Tilo now looking to pick up the disc for Red as they have another chance here.
We're down to 45 seconds left in the half. So if Red were smart, they would hold on to this disc and carefully punch it in.
Yeah, again, no buzzer beater. So
you should count down
this is the last possession rules.
Counting's fun.
Kuz with the disc now. Up the field, Grace Maroon close on that one. That's number 82, Riley Dixon with the disc. Goes up the field, great grab from Hobday under pressure. Casebah on the mark. Goes around. Graber with the disc now. Graber finds Tilo on the far side. Good way to use the full length of the field. Looks like another call was made.
11 seconds left.
I guess it was a pick. Tilo with the disc. Back to Graber. Graber finds Umino. Umino up the field. Gets Riley Dixon. Dixon back to Tilo. Tilo on the doorstep. Time has expired, so this is the last possession. Tilo Scoober over to Hobday. Hobday to Umino. Umino faking, looking. Blade. At the top. I believe that's Graber with their goal.
Wow, the Red gets some really good momentum here to end the half.
Wow, yeah, that was a huge point for Indy Red. They tie the game up just in time at the end of the first half.
Surge has got to be disappointed with that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Especially working it all the way down. You have Grace Maroon wide open in the end zone. Not being able to make that throw is obviously not ideal. But keep the spirits and the hopes up as we go into the second half.
You guys are going to come out here, everybody.
Well, it makes the game that much more exciting.
It does. I think, like I said before, I think this one's going to the distance. We're going to go to overtime today?
Ooh, I haven't had an overtime game yet. That would be exciting.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for sure. As we kind of just take a look at the field here, I think we're going to get set and take a little break here during halftime. We'll probably check back in a couple minutes to read you some ads. So you'll want to stick around for those.
I'm sorry. Well played, well played. All right. Surge hands, both hands up. Surge hands, both hands down. Hands on your shoulders. Surge hands on your shoulders. Surge hands on your head. Hands on your knees. Surge hands on your head. Surge hands on your knees. Surge hands on your shoulders. Surge hands on your hips. Hands on your knees. Hands on your hips. Ah, there's our winner!
Let's hear it for Enable. Our Surge says winner! Fans, now's a great time to head on over to the Flock fundraiser. Denver and Floyd are selling baked goods. They're selling drinks. They're selling squares. They're selling Emily Legia Bowler jerseys. Replica jerseys. So be sure to head on down and while you're there, stop by the merch stand. 25% off all merchandise. Your last chance to get Philadelphia Surge merch in the season.
Just you and me.
And we're back in the second half. Philadelphia is starting on defense, pulling from the My Best Birthday end zone.
Just you and me.
We're all tied at 9, ready for second half action. Winner goes to the playoffs. Loser probably does not go to the playoffs. Philadelphia Surge is thrilled to have Gina Weary as a rematch ready return as our 2025 title season sponsor. Gina's support helps us provide an amazing experience for our players and fans beyond being a Philadelphia Ultimate legend herself. Gina has 2 decades of experience helping folks buy and sell homes in the Philadelphia area. Reach out to her for all your real estate needs at Gina, WHERRY.com. Foul called, no contest. This will remain with K-Spa. Lindsay McKenna for the Surge score.
Morris bringing that down.
Yeah. That's just what Linda does. And then this deep shot. Oh, her hair came unhinged. So we didn't catch the hair flip, the extra sassy hair flip, but
I'm sure it was excellent.
yeah, you'll just have to trust me on that.
All right, now this Surge needs to get a break back.
Yes, Surge are down 1. Plenty of time, obviously. 9 minutes left, a little under 9 minutes. But yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, like, this Red offense is very efficient at moving the rock quickly. So what do we tell Surge? If you're the coach, like, what do you tell your players? Like, how is there, like, where can we, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, where do we?
Yeah, I mean, one of my thoughts was try a different force. Like, they've been forcing flick the whole game. Like, maybe try a middle, force middle.
Right.
Just to slow down their, like, down the line flow.
I agree. You see LG here, forces still flick.
Oh, got lucky there. All right.
All right, a little bobble. That's Champ unable to come down with it. Lindsay McKenna flip over the top. Oh, Sarah Haranet can't come down with it. She's going to call a foul. I think this one will probably be contested. I don't know if there was any contact or enough to. Yeah, I mean, first thought, my first thought was, no, I don't think that was a foul. I just think.
I mean, the throw was a little high and floaty, and it was just kind of both of them going at it.
Yeah,
at the same time.
There was too much float. It allowed number 77, Kat McGuire, to make up the ground and get into a space where she could make a play. And it looked like she did so pretty safely. If we can get a replay, as the players are discussing with the observer.
Foul contest.
Contested foul. So this is going to go back.
Foul. This will stay with Philadelphia.
Considering that Sarah did not make the grab, this is probably best case scenario for the Surge. This one gets tapped in. McKenna dumps back to Astrid, back to McKenna right away, back to Astrid right away. There's that give and go we were looking for earlier. Back and forth, back to Astrid, now over here to K-Spa. K-Spa fakes. As McKenna coming in, foul called again. As McKenna and, can't see the number, I'm not sure who that is, but
I think there was a foul call on the defender on the mark, feeling that she got pushed.
yeah, there was a little bump there between McKenna and I think that might be T-Low.
Offensive foul.
It's tough. I mean, if you're, as the offender, if you're kind of cutting into your defender and creating that contact, then the defender will probably call that every time. But if it's a space that you're both fighting for, I don't really see.
It's been kind of a clean game up to now. We're getting a lot of calls. I think as the tension gets closer to the end of the game, both teams are wanting it more.
Yeah. Observer rules it is a goal.
No foul.
So foul
It's Lindsay
is
McKenna
rescinded.
with the Surge burn.
That's a tough one. You can make an argument either way, obviously. But Surge will secure the goal. Tied up at 11, 8 minutes left in the third.
Surge finally getting a little momentum here. That's 2 in a row for them.
Yeah, had to do something there to stop the Red from gaining any more momentum.
By a Super Bowl square. There's so many
what a game so far.
opportunities to win things.
Seems like a good opportunity to read an ad. I'm just going to tell y'all a little bit about Gina Wary of Remax Ready. She returns as the 2025 title season sponsor. Gina's support helps us provide an amazing experience for our players and fans. Beyond being a Philadelphia Ultimate legend herself, Gina has 2 decades of experience helping folks buy and sell homes in the Philadelphia area. Reach out to her for all your real estate needs at GinaWherry.com. That's Gina, G-I-N-A, Wherry, W-H-E-R-R-Y.com. In addition to supporting Surge, Gina donates to PATA when PATA members or their families buy or sell with Gina. Get in touch with Gina through her website or find her in the stands today. She is here. I saw her. I didn't see the pull, but Tilo starting this one for the Red. Quick up the field to Makeda Moore. I keep calling her that. It's Maddie Moore. This throw goes over the head of Kat McGuire. Surge now looking to break here. Huge opportunity for Surge. Astron with the disc. Astron to McKenna. McKenna with the backhand on the flick side.
Way to track that down.
Yeah, good read to track it down. Good around. Finds lane dodge. Dodge back to Grace. Lane dodge looking deep now. Oof. Good defense. I believe that's LG with the D. Finds Kat McGuire. Maddie Moore was streaking deep open. Kat McGuire once again up the field. McGuire finds Champ there on a nice under. Looking for Loughran deep. Grace Maroon, can she make the play? No, she can't. Loughran with the score for Red as they punch it in. Going up 1 to keep their lead.
Back and forth affair now.
It sure is.
Loughran for the Red goal. Charlie Hoppus Ultimate Coaching and Consulting is a proud partner of the Philadelphia Surge. Are you an Ultimate player trying to reach the next level in your game? Are you a coach or captain who wants to get the most out of their team this
6
season?
minutes, 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
From high school and college to club and pro.
Surge on offense here. Obviously, you just need to punch this one in.
Charlie will work with you to chart a path to
I
reaching
think
your
the O
goals.
has been looking pretty clean lately, so I don't really have much to kind of offer in terms of what I think they should do or whatnot, other than, you know, maybe just throw the ball deep a little more, because I think that is really good in opening up other avenues
Are there
of
any
offense.
Hoppus fans in the crowd tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the O has been pretty solid.
And definitely kudos to them, because this Red team has been throwing a lot of different looks here. This one looks a little brackety, a little like a downfield bracket or junk, and then like flat marks from the handler defenders. Linda Morris on the far sideline now for Surge. Dumps it to Walsh. Good throw to space. Walsh fakes the flick, finds Hart on the inside. Hart up the field to K-Spa. K-Spa has Linda Morris going deep, finds Shields underneath instead. Shields around to Milligan. Milligan to Hart. Hart had 2 cutters going deep. Good decision not to throw that one. Milligan over the head of Sarah Liang, just a little too high. Red now with a chance to break as they get started. Ooh, Kuz taps it over to, I believe that might be Graber. I'm sorry, no, that was Hutchings. Umino over to Jose. That's Jello. Hutchings now with the disc. It looks like a timeout was called.
Timeout call.
Good timeout call from Red, I think.
Another break chance here for them.
Yeah, I think
All right, sir.
You know, your defense earned you that point. Give them a little bit of a break. They still have more game to play if they want to close this one out. Get the offense in to kind of seal the deal. But at the same time, the Surge now have an opportunity to put in some of their best defenders to try and get that disc back.
I'm a little surprised we've seen so many overthrows from both teams. It doesn't seem like it's very windy, so...
Yeah, I don't...
Where is it? It's up there.
I don't know. I'm not going to try and make an excuse for these throwers. I think I'm not seeing much wind myself.
All right, here we go.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Charlie Hops with Chuck. Charlie Hops Ultimate Coaching and Consulting is a proud partner of the Philadelphia Surge. Are you an Ultimate player trying to reach the next level in your game, or a coach or a captain who wants to get the most out of their team this season? Charlie Hops has worked with players and teams at every level from high school and college to club and pro, including your very own Philadelphia Surge. Charlie will work with you to chart a path to reaching your goals. Learn more and schedule your free consult call by visiting charliehops.com today. That's Charlie Hops, CharlieHoppes.com. Rachel Mast with the disc right now in the center of the field. Is this throw?
Oh, she was surprised by that throw.
Thrown off the head, it looked like, of LG. Astrid to pick up now for the Surge. Finds Grace Maroon wide open. A pick was called, though. Did not affect. So Grace Maroon will stay with the disc, taps it in. McKenna with a good cut. Grace Maroon looks her off. Finally finds her high stall count there for sure. Maroon with the disc again, back to McKenna. Losing some yards, but sometimes it's necessary to gain some yards in Frisbee. Finds Astrid in the center. Astrid looking for Alfano. Rachel Alfano with the goal. Great little fake out there with the read. Nice goal from Rachel Alfano.
All tied up again, 12-12. 12-12.
Yep. 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third. Yeah, that was clutch. Surge needed that one for sure.
It feels like the Red have had a lot more variety in their defensive looks, whereas the Surge have kind of stuck with the same approach.
Yeah, I also am
I wonder if they have some trick up their sleeve they're going to pull out here maybe late in the game.
I'm definitely an advocate for varying defensive looks, even on offense too. But Surge must feel like what they have going on is working, as we see Coach Dave Bear coming off the field. Muller with the pull. Really solid pull. It's going to come down about the 35. Tilo now at the disc. Tilo quickly up the field. I believe that's Sydney Loughran. Loughran back to Tilo. Great defense at the front of the stack there from McKenna, forcing this one to go up. Dodge and Loughran. Loughran comes down with it. Quick flip. And
nice grab by McLaughlin.
27, Eliza Hutchings with the goal. Yeah, again, good grab from Loughran.
Quick answer.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I
really feel like the Red are just getting too comfortable with that trapping flick defense. They need to do something different.
Yeah, really showing off the versatility of like the vert stack in general, I think. Offense. You have the deep looks if they're there, you can take them, and if not, there's always an underlook, whether it's coming from the back of the stack or the front of the stack. They're finding options, whether it's the second or third option, they're finding that late, and that's really key for keeping this offense going and being effective and efficient.
Talk to them about throwing your next great events, or you can find them online online at mybestbday.org and email mybestbday@gmail.com.
We have number 7, Andy Mylink, getting ready to pull here for Red, as the Red has been a team that is not afraid to vary their looks on defense. And it's definitely had it's had its effect. So, let's see what they come down with this time. Good pull from Mylink. I imagine it's going to roll right on out, as it does, right there at the 45. Walsh will start with this one. Milligan in the center, finds Liang. Get another, just the junky, zony downfield and kind of like a wall from the handlers here. Walsh makes a great grab. Now we are through the zone. Shields centers to Hart. Hart to Walsh. Walsh far side to Milligan. Milligan up the field to McKenna on the doorstep. Fakes the hammer. Would have loved to see that. Milligan with some good fakes finds Walsh on this close sideline. Walsh up the field to Hart. Good toe tap there to stay in bounds. Hart back to Walsh. Walsh scuba contested, but McKenna brings it down for the goal.
Oh, pick called though.
Pick was called.
Pick call.
Liz Hart.
The Philly fans are not liking it.
Yeah, Liz Hart is there saying, yes,
Help
I
the
picked your
Observer.
defender, Lindsay.
Tell the Observer what you think, Campy. Tell what
So
you think.
this pick did affect. The disc will go back to Walsh. McKenna will go back to where the pick happened. And we will resume play as soon as it is tapped back in. Little shimmy from McKenna at the front. Walsh now looking towards her. Goes to Liang instead. Walsh back to Liang. Liang and Walsh. Walsh to Shields. That's the goal.
The double score works.
That's why we do double score at practice.
Danielle Walsh and Emily Shields.
All tied up again.
Goal.
Only got 2.5 minutes left in this quarter.
I feel like we have just enough time here, Lisa, for me to do another ad read. So I'm going to shout out My Best Birthday, who's the source for the best party or event you can have. They have sports and games, parties, Nerf battles, tactical laser tag, DJ dance parties, archery tag, and more. Our hosts, Matt and Jason, are by the Kids Zone, and our very own DJ Reed would be happy to talk to you more about whatever event you are interested in throwing, from birthdays to bar mitzvahs, bachelor and bachelorette parties, block parties, and more. Talk to them about throwing your next great event. You can also find them online at mybestbday.org or email mybestbday@gmail.com.
Stop, sir.
That's another ad read. This is going to be another pull from Kid Astron here for the Philadelphia Surge.
Let's see if this defense can generate a turn and convert for the break. Tilo will start by centering it to LG. LG up the field to number 15, Sydney Lochran. That's Squid. High stall count. Squid finds Rachel Mast. Mast up to McGuire. McGuire back to Mast. Back to McGuire. Up the field to Mast. Nice upline movement there. Ooh. It's number 32, Shawnee Rosenthal, looking for the goal to Tilo. It's going to be good. Working it right up that far sideline there for Red, in for the goal.
Sydney Lochran to Tracy Lowe for the Red score.
So if the Surge are sticking with that flick force, Red are just simply saying, okay, we'll just go right up the force side if you're not
Doesn't seem to be causing them any issues at all.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe the adjustment to be made for Surge defense isn't so much on the mark. Maybe it's more on the downfield defenders, right? Maybe we work on taking away the unders, since that's kind of what they're beating us with right now. That doesn't mean let them run deep, but we still need to have somebody looking to help over the top, or just aware that they're the last person back on the field. So,
fundraiser happening on the main concourse.
but it's
Got to do
tough.
something different.
Yeah, even a zone. Just throw a zone out there.
Change it up a little.
If the zone gets roasted, well, okay, they scored. They would have. It seems they're kind of scoring anyway. So.
Exactly. Now they're on O, though, so they've got to lock in, execute.
Umino with the pull. This one lands about the center of the field. Liang will start. And we see a little bit of a wall here. Just the same look, so again, just this little handler movement is going to be key for opening up the middle of that wall. So we got to go back and forth. Let's go up the sideline then. Take it if they're going to give it to us. Back to Liang. Liang finds Walsh on the far side. Now we got this wall moving back and forth. Center to Liang. Through to Maroon.
Nice popping from Grace Maroon.
Back to Liang. Finds the center again to Liz Hart. Hart over to McKenna. Pick called.
Pick call.
Pick was called on Liz Hart. Seemed like it was called before the throw went up, but this one's going to stay with Walsh. Walsh scuba flipped to Grace Maroon for the goal. A little turkey wobbler there. That's what I call that one.
Know your receiver. She can handle it.
Doesn't have to look good. It just has to get there.
Grace Maroon is the team leader in goals this season, so
Yeah,
Danielle Walsh knew what she wanted.
that doesn't surprise me at all. 51 seconds left in the third. Tie ball game. Surge D. Let's see if they throw. Let's see if they do something here.
Early on, when Surge had a couple goals lead, I was kind of feeling like they might pull away, but not happening.
Yeah. I guess this is what we should expect from the second and third ranked team in the North Division of the PUL. Again, with a win today here, the Surge will get to the playoffs.
Championship weekend is June 14th and 15th in Madison, Wisconsin.
You gonna go?
Unfortunately, I am not. I'll be on a family vacation.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, me neither. I don't think. Tilo with the disc. Looking towards the center of the field. McGuire.
That was up for anybody.
Yeah. If any of the defenders in the stack were a little more heads up, that should have been indeed. McGuire now with the disc. Muller on the mark. McGuire goes inside to Tilo. Good shot. Tilo looking deep. This one looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Wow. Maddie Moore with the toe tap. And ball went out.
Ball is out.
That's a close one. We were pretty far away from up here. I don't know. We'll just have to trust the observers on this one. Up the field shot goes to Moore. She's able to reel it in. Big deep shot.
Observer.
Uh-oh. You can't do that, Mr. Observer.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
I don't know what the ruling would be in that case.
I think that's tough because I don't know if.
I think in soccer, it's your fault if you run into the referee. They're supposed to, they're just.
Right. I think that's.
They're like the furniture in the room. You're just supposed to ignore them.
Yeah, that's Charlie Dereshki for the Surge. I mean, it was kind of a low throw. It would have been contested. Like both players were in the area.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she could have caught it.
Would have been made.
Yes.
Red disc.
It would have been a really tough catch.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. as to who caught that or who would have.
It feels like it should at least go back to the thrower.
That's what I would do, but okay, here we go. Red pickup, LG with the disc. Inside backhand.
Yes.
Immediately. That's
Disc
case.
never lies, right?
That's what they say. Looks like another call.
Uh-oh.
Foul call on the throw.
Sometimes things just resolve themselves.
The point is over.
Philly fans are getting restless here.
Time expires.
Okay, so I'm guessing a timeout was called.
14. Get ready for some raffle.
Oh, maybe that was the last possession, I guess.
First is Surge.
Okay, so that's just me not being aware. So that's the end of the quarter. Surprise. It's 14-14, end of the third. We're going into the fourth quarter, which
Get your
means
Surge merch tickets out.
we probably have time for another ad read.
All right.
I'm going to
this one
shout
has
out
your name on it, so I'm looking
Sneech
for
Ultimate is
Aqua
Bryn Mawr and Haverford's bi-college
Here
ultimate
we go.
frisbee team for women,
You're going to the
non-binary,
merch tent
and
to
trans
pick up your
athletes.
Surge.
The
Wait,
team
if you
is
want, you can
open
bring
to
this ticket with
athletes
you.
of all skill levels and strives to foster a welcoming community for all students. At its core, the Sneeches value inclusion, spirit, and having fun while tearing it up on the field. The Sneeches compete as a D3 team and are hoping to go to nationals for the fourth year in a row this May. I guess last May. They were selling raffle tickets and baked goods.
They did very well
All
at
right, our next
nationals.
thing up
I
is
believe they were in the
signed
semis.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for
You
them.
throw it?
Unless you,
Oh, just gonna throw it.
sorry,
She's
it's just
gonna throw
offered
it.
a White Claw from a friend. No, thank you. Well, since the Sneeches already did their thing, we might as well just take this time to shout out Fishtown Dentistry,
So this is from
Dr. Raha Mozafari, who actually commentated the last two home games here for the Surge.
All
So
right, we're gonna do the wall
fans at home are familiar with
package. Let's
Raha.
see
If you miss
who
seeing Raha on the field, you can go see her at the Fishtown Dentistry. Dr. Mozafari has been brightening the Philadelphia Ultimate Community smiles for years and is a proud game day sponsor of Philadelphia Surge for the third year in a row. If you would like to visit as a patient or have any questions, give Fishtown Dentistry a call.
All right, Art Dick Sporting Goods back
And we'll be right back. And we're back as the players get set to start the fourth quarter here in a beautifully cloudy, overcast South Philadelphia day here at the South Philadelphia Super Site.
We're all set for an exciting finish.
Yeah,
It's all tied up.
14. If things continue this way, Lisa, we're going to be going to overtime, and that kind of excites me a little bit.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Looks like the Red are starting on defense.
Third year for the season. Everything in the merch tent.
And it is Cat McGuire getting set to pull.
So be sure to find the time to stop by the merch tent.
Playoff spot on the line.
Yes. As the pressure will surely start to build here as we continue.
I'll do that.
Cat McGuire with the pull here. Walsh will field it and send it to Sarah Liang. Yep, through the wall, finds Grace Maroon. Grace Maroon back to Milligan. Milligan finds Maroon. Maroon finds Hart on the far side. Dumps back to Walsh. Good upline cut to clear some space from Milligan. Finds Grace Maroon in the center. Nice little cheeky throw from Walsh.
Liang on the far side. Liang up the field to Walsh. Good grab there from Walsh to corral that in. Walsh inside backhand to Linda Morse. Linda shoots to the end zone for Liz Hart. That's a goal. That's a Bay point.
Nice grab by Liz Hart.
And we got a couple ads here. A couple more ads. Just reminding y'all that Discraft is an official sponsor of the Premier Ultimate League. Discraft Ultra Star is the official disc, and you can go to their website for any disc needs. World leader in disc sports.
This live broadcast of the Premier Ultimate League is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel. Go to breakmark.com to place your next custom team order or check out the PUL Athlete Collab shops.
So here's a pretty irrelevant question. Is it disc raft or disc craft?
I think I say Discraft
Yeah.
with the emphasis on the disc.
Yeah. But then it's like disc raft. Like, where's the boat?
You kind of keep
Anyway.
that C sound going.
Anyway, Red with the disc. Cat McGuire here on this close sideline. Looking for a dub now. It's number 9, Champ. Champ up the squid.
Hey, they're forcing backhand.
All right, a little bit of different look here. LG up the field to Mast. Mast up to T-Low. T-Low on the doorstep, flick up. Oh! Good pressure there. I believe that's Sarah here. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Anna Harnage with the pressure there in the end zone.
All tied up again. 15 all.
For the red goal.
And we're just going to remind everybody that this live broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to PremierUltimateLeague.com to donate today. I think the sun's coming out, Lisa.
Yeah, it's getting a little brighter.
We got some sun poking through.
Probably heating up that turf a little bit.
Gotta be. As Annie Mylink gets set to pull this one off.
Got about 10 minutes left in the game. All tied up. Who's going to pull away with the win?
I don't know. I think we're going to overtime. I just got a feeling.
Does feel like one of those games.
Mylink with the pull. This one's going to be a little roller. Milligan fields it. Quickly up to Liang. Tons of space. Again initiating through Grace Maroon. Good poise there with the disc by Grace. Finds Walsh. Walsh up to Liz Hart. Liz Hart to Grace Maroon. Back to Liz Hart. Just taking what the defense is giving them right now. Emily Shields finds Linda Morse on the far side. Linda Morse looking to the end zone. Liz Hart for the goal.
Oh, got the head spike. Crowd goes wild.
Linda Morse to Liz Hart. It's a tale as old as time here in Philadelphia.
They're a nice combination.
We love to see it. 16, 15, 9 minutes, 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Is Serge going to try something new on defense?
I think you have to. I also think that Adam Kraft with Cross Country Mortgage is here to help with all your mortgage needs and is also an amazing player and contributor to the Philadelphia Ultimate community. Adam has helped
dozens of Philadelphia Ultimate community members buy their perfect home and also offers special programs for first-time buyers. First, find Adam near Gina Wary's tent today. Adam Kraft, Gina Wary. If you got real estate or mortgage needs in Philadelphia, those are the two people you need to find. Adam Kraft is Kracht.
I think I follow Adam Kraft on Instagram. He makes a nice sourdough loaf.
I've seen that as well, actually. Funny you say that. Speaking of loafs, here's McKenna with a loaf of a pull. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but Red will pick it up. Tilo with the disc in the center. Finds Squid on the far side. Back to Tilo. Good fakes. Tilo just quarterbacking right now. Finds McGuire in the center. Lyndon Morse really working to seal that off. Ooh, good mark there from Hiranet. Might have gotten a finger on that. LG with the disc.
Yes!
Natalie Bova with the run through D, and she's still going.
She's going for those bookends.
This is the moment right here. Astrid picks up. A little bit of a brackety defense from Red here. Astrid finds Bova in the center. A timeout is called.
Can you get the O-line in here, maybe?
I like it, yeah.
Important point.
Very important. 8 minutes, 52 seconds left. But if the surge can break here, you're going to be feeling a lot better about the rest of this game.
Indeed. I wonder if she was baiting her a little bit on that throw.
It's very possible. That's like a vintage Natalie Bova run through D. As we take a look at the replay here.
She's kind of hanging out behind her.
You can see her prowling. And then the cutter, honestly,
actually kind of
like veered off.
Yeah, she didn't block her off like she should have.
Yeah.
What is 00 Emily Moeller's middle name?
Great positioning from Bova to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. Yeah, I think that one's on the cutter. Go ahead, Lisa.
More Than Movement is a proud game day sponsor of Philadelphia Surge and the official training partner of our team. MTM is a physical therapy and sports performance practice located in Northern Liberties. Dick Perguini, owner of MTM, is a doctor of physical therapy and has been working with athletes across Philadelphia, including more than 50 elite Ultimate players since 2018. Nick is passionate about helping people from all walks of life get back to things they love or raise their performance to the next level. Schedule a free one-on-one consultation at morethanmovement.com.
Grace Maroon was looking to Sarah Liang at the end zone, but that's going to be D'd by, I believe, Maddie Moore.
Maddie Moore
So
with the block.
timeout that was called wasn't a good decision.
Didn't work out.
Hindsight. I think there's a saying about that. Tilo looking to start with the disc. Tilo and Sarah Liang. That's a matchup, a really fun matchup to tune into. As we see them battling out there in the upline space.
Oh,
Side throw goes up to Maddie Moore. Up the field to Squid. Squid dumps to Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore finds Hutchings. Back to Maddie Moore. Up the field to Kat McGuire. Makes the adjustment. Pumps the deep shot. Finds Rachel Mast underneath. Rachel Mast up to Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore looking end zone. Ooh. That's going to be a goal for Red.
I feel like every one of Red's goals has been, that's like a signature one of their goals, just working it down the line.
Yeah. Just perfectly okay with taking whatever's given to them in the open space. And
The little unders.
really good continuation cuts, I think.
Nice flow.
Yeah. Really working to their favor here. Tied up once again. I gotta say, I think they're going to overtime. I don't know. I don't think 4 quarters is enough Frisbee for us today. I think we need more.
7.5 minutes.
Adam Kraft with Cross Country Mortgage is here to help you with all your mortgage needs and is also an amazing player.
This looks like a little bit of a hybrid line here for Serge
Adam has
O.
helped dozens of Philadelphia Ultimate community members buy
see
their
Sarah
first
here
home
at
and also offers special
Veronica
programs for first-time
K-Spa,
buyers.
Chelsea Semper,
Find Adam in the
Rachel
front
Alfano,
row in the handicap section.
Natalie Bova, Kit Astron, and Linda Morse. It's weird seeing a Serge O line without people like McKenna or Walsh, Hart, Liang. This is definitely an interesting look.
Maybe they want to have more speed.
Yeah, definitely looks like a way to kind of switch things up on offense. Astron with the disc. Goes over to Alfano. Alfano to Semper. Semper to Alfano. Through the middle to K-Spa. Quick flip to Astron. We're moving. Back to Semper. Using the fakes. Good job. Good cuts. Astron with the disc. Inside to K-Spa. Good job finding the holes in the wall here. Astron with a laser to Linda Morris. Can't reel it in. Ooh. That one hurt. Red pick up. That was Sam Phillips with the disc. Another timeout. It's called before the throw. So Indy Red calling timeout this time.
I don't think any team has any timeouts left.
I don't think so either. Seems like we've used every single timeout we have.
Okay, so look, according to the stream, looks like Serge have one more timeout this half.
Like we said last time, this is an important point. We want to get a break.
Obviously, whoever scores this point will take the lead. Let's see. I was just kind of looking to see if we had any more ads to read, but I guess we hit our quota.
The sun is for sure out now.
Yeah.
It's probably getting pretty steamy out there.
Yeah. But soft fan turnout here in Philadelphia. The vibes are great. Vibes are electric here for the Surge. Last home game.
It's the fourth quarter, fans. Let them hear you.
As Chilo will start off with the disc coming out of this timeout.
They've had a lot of success in these timeout calls, scoring immediately. So let's hope the Surge is ready.
Initiation from the front, maybe a zipper type action. Let's see what we got. Okay, they go from the back. I was wrong. Still a zipper.
Oh.
This time it fails. Can't complete the first throw out of the timeout. K-Spa picks up immediately. Looks dumped to Astron. Astron continues to Bova. Astron saying, throw it up there. Bova does. Ooh.
Like that McKenna went to that. That was
Yes.
dangerous.
Sketchy. McKenna to Bova. Bova up the field to K-Spa. Oh. Good holster I would have thrown at Astron. Quick flip to Linda Morse.
And she catches it.
Catches it. She's not in the end zone yet. Dump back to Bova. Bova around to McKenna. McKenna going for the end zone. Who else? Linda Morse for the goal. Huge goal by Serge to take the lead.
She wanted to redeem herself.
Yeah, that is how you capitalize off of a gift, right? So we've seen two timeouts back-to-back that were not good decisions.
Nope,
clearly.
didn't work out for the team calling the timeout.
No.
Fans, it's time for the fourth quarter.
I like the idea, but
I want you to think of a player.
I mean, obviously hindsight, but regardless, I think with your last timeout, you have to be a little bit more conservative with that, especially in this tight of a game. I think maybe waiting till a little bit later on to call it probably would have been best. So this kind of feels like another fork in the road here. A D for Serge would probably spell the end of this game, but let's see if Red can punch it in here on offense as they get set.
Still 6 minutes to go. We've seen that they can score quickly.
The pole's going to go up, and once it lands or is caught, it's going to do the shout. So think of a new player.
Emily Muller getting set to pull. Legalodon with a big throw, big pull.
3, 1, 2, 3.
But it's out of bounds. So here's a little thing that I think we can do a little bit better of is just having extra frisbees around the sidelines.
Yes, so we don't have to wait so long to pick up the disc.
Yeah, they do that in the UFA. It's just, it's common sense in my head. Tilo starts with the disc, goes over to Eliza Hutchings. Hutchings up the field to Squid. Squid looking deep for Rachel Mast, throws it to the space. Harnage there on the defense. Oh, just can't get up in time. Mast comes out with a quick flip back to LG, back to Mast. Over to Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore looking to the end zone. This one's low. Oh.
Nice attempt, but it just was a little too low.
Yeah, Squid couldn't dig that one up. Good bit, though. McKenna with the disc.
Ooh, she wants deep.
Wants the deep shot. Throwing the deep shot. Anna Harnage is, well, the throw was out of bounds, so. But yeah, she was wide open. And that kind of felt like a page out of Indy Red's book. Quick turn and then immediate shot deep.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I've seen the Red kind of use to their advantage this season. Tilo with the disc now. Little slow start from the Red Cutters there. LG with the release valve.
Oh, nice bid.
Good pressure from Semper there. McGuire quick flip to LG. LG with the disc now. Finds McGuire again. McGuire up the field to Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore again looking for that corner.
Wow, this time they can reel it in.
Big bid from Kat McGuire. Nice goal.
We got some Red fans in the house too.
Yes, we do.
Red score.
Somebody's got a horn.
More than movement.
Things heating up here. Still a tie ball game. About 4 minutes left to go.
I'm starting to get a little nervous.
I still think we're going to overtime. But yeah, that's just me.
And has been working with athletes across Philadelphia, including more
I
than
do
50 elite
love the deep
players
shot
since
from McKenna.
2018.
Obviously,
Nick is passionate
goes
about
out of
helping
bounds, so
people
that's,
from all walks of life
no
back to
bueno.
things they love, or
But
raise their performance.
yeah, I think that is absolutely the right look, especially after a turn like that on your own end zone.
Don't want to turn it over there again.
Like, best case scenario, we move the ball 30, 40 yards down the field. Worst case scenario, they have to then work it up another 40 yards to get back to the end zone. So
And they did.
they did.
It's getting so sunny, some of the fans are moving into the shade.
Yep. The umbrellas are coming back out now. Not for rain, but for shade. Liang with the disc in the middle. Two cutters going deep. Emily Shields is wide open on that far side. I know Walsh has the throw to hit it, but as defenders close in, an opportunity passes. We find K-Spot instead. Back to Liang. Up the field to Walsh. Walsh pumps the deep shots. Goes inside with that lefty backhand to K-Spot. K-Spot low throw, but picked up by Shields.
Let's go, Serge! Let's go!
Shields, another lefty, finds Walsh, the other lefty. The original lefty. Walsh now to Liz Hart.
Oh
Little
no.
flip, this one not enough juice. And that is number 40, Claire Milton with the D, aka Skittles.
Claire Milton with the block.
Red now on the far side. Ooh, good pursuit from Liang, can't get there in time. Centered to Umino.
Defense! Defense! Defense!
Is Melissa Gibbs with the disc on this close sideline. Gibbs flicks a quick little backhand to the center. That's Jello with the disc. Jello shooting deep. Shields is there. Looking for Skittles.
I thought Shields had the inside line there.
Oh my.
That's a big one.
Wow.
Big momentum shift.
So, Indy Red go up 18-17. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. Skittles, what a grab. Oh my. Let's see a replay of that.
They were really just methodical, working it downfield here. Nice mid-ranger. Shields is there, just unlucky.
Wow. Skittles from the rooftop. Going all the way up. What a grab. I can't believe she came down with that.
All right, we only got 2 minutes and about 25 seconds left.
Sergio line here. We're looking at Natalie Bova, Rachel Alfano, Lane Dodge, Lindsay McKenna, Kit Astrin, Sarah Hiernet, and Emily Moeller.
Get your lungs ready.
And for the red, we have Annie Mylink getting set to pull. And the fans are stomping. Bova will pick up this time on the far side. Quickly centers to Astrin. Astrin continues to McKenna. McKenna finds Moeller here. It's close sideline, fakes the deep hook.
Oh no!
Yeah.
She faked and the defender moved, but not as far as she expected.
Yeah.
With the block for Indy.
That's not good. Natalie Bova, good pursuit there. Sam Phillips with the disc. Centers to Mylink.
2 minutes left. This is the whole
Mylink
season.
back to Sam Phillips. Phillips back to Mylink. Up, back to Phillips.
Get on your feet, shout
Good
out.
handler movement here as Riley Dixon with the disc is now moving with Phillips. Emily Moeller gets a chance to earn it back. She does just that. Yeah, I don't think they have a timeout, but...
I think it's our timeout, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Surge timeout.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it happened right at the D or if it happened beforehand. Okay, yeah, so that actually makes sense. Surge used their last timeout. Minute 20 left. Down by 1.
Do you think they're going to hold it for the last? Because if they score too soon, then they leave time on the clock for Indy to take it.
I think, yeah, my gut says just score. If it's a quick score, so be it. But yeah, obviously, ideally, you want to take your time and swing and eat up as much clock as you can. But
quarter ends when time
what good is that if you don't score?
expires.
Yeah.
Right? So
Just a minute 20 left. Be sure to count down.
like, do something crazy right off the jump. Just like send a deep cut. There's plenty of surge cutters here that are awesome at deep cuts.
Looks like they got their more standard O-line in here now. Walsh, Liang, Maroon.
Count down for 80 seconds. Everyone.
It's like we're going to be initiating with McKenna in the lane. Little vert stack there. Probably see once again, they're sitting a player way deep. So that's going to, kind of
Leave something open.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll discourage the deep shot that I'm looking for, but whatever. Walsh now, up the field to Linda Morse. So it's the fourth quarter. This will be a buzzer beater if I'm correct. If I remember correctly, as we go center to Shields, to K-Spa. K-Spa now to Liang. Minute left. Liang finds Walsh. Walsh up to K-Spa here. Still have plenty of time. Up to Walsh.
Season is on the line here. They need this.
Walsh with a blade looking for K-Spa.
Oh, yes.
Good adjustment. Way to come down with it. 44 seconds. You
secured the bag, got the goal, tied it up. Let's see what happens next.
Have a relaxing stay at the Cape Spa. Philadelphia ties it with
that was huge.
44
That was huge. I
seconds left.
was a little nervous when Walsh threw that blade. I was like,
She knew what she was doing.
yeah, I mean, just, you know, we've seen so many easy drops.
There it is again, just right, perfectly placed.
We've seen so many drops that are just like, you know, standard, like maybe a lower pancake would have done, but like players are just kind of dropping this stuff, and then you get the hard one that goes up.
It's always easier to catch the hard ones. I don't know why.
Yeah, it seems so. All right, so we could be looking at the last point of the game here, or at least the last point of regulation.
Exactly. All right, we've got about 44 seconds to go here. This is intense. Both teams want this so badly.
In defensive possession
Lindsey
here
McKenna
for
getting set to pull.
Philadelphia. Give it everything you got, fans.
Lets that one rip. Line drive.
Looks like they have a hybrid line in again because they know if they get the turn, they want to have some offensive players here.
Who goes home?
Very smart. Bova last back right now as Maddie Moore looks at the field, finds Rachel Mass. Kid Astrom doing a good job of sealing off that around. Sarah Liang calls a pick, which, yeah, that was kind of a pick.
Pick call.
26 seconds.
So we're going into a high stall situation here. Mast with the disc. Asterin on the mark. A lot of space on that far side. Finds Maddie Moore over there. Maddie Moore with a flick. Ooh, Bova over pursues a little bit, is able to seal. Maddie Moore is just playing out of her mind right now. And I think, like, that's regulation. Is it a buzzer beater? Oh, no. The crowd threw me off. The crowd did an early countdown.
Oh, I see. There's still
That's what I was
3
like, wait.
seconds left.
Yeah, so Indy Red score.
The Red score.
I didn't see who caught it. It's Maddie Moore to... And there's just no way I'm going to be able to tell from this little screen. Regardless, Indy Red score here on a little flip into the end zone. I think, was that Cat McGuire? Might have been Cat McGuire. 4 seconds left.
Not looking good for Surge right here.
No.
4 seconds. They put 1 second back on the clock. Red really did that well.
All right, Surge. 4 seconds to score. It's not a lot of time, but anything's possible. Linda Morris, Veronica Case, Emily Moeller, Kit Astor, and Lindsey McKenna, Liz Hart, and Grace Maroon. This is definitely the tall and lanky line.
Who's going to huck it?
That's a good question. This is a good pull.
4 seconds left. Let him hear it, fans.
Lindsay's going to huck it deep. Will this one reach the end zone? It's short. Indy Red come down with it. And that's the game. That was number 40. Skittles with the game-ending sky there. Wow. Heartbreak for the Philadelphia Surge. And this just means chaos is going to ensue for the playoffs.
Indeed.
So, Surge played Indy Red first game of the season. Beat them by 1 point.
Indeed, yep.
Now they come here for the last home game, and Indy Red beat them by 1 point.
But But apparently, in terms of other stats, Indy Red has a little bit of an edge on the surge. The stats that go into the algorithm that picks tiebreakers.
Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend to understand that, but
What a great game, though. I mean, that was just back and forth the whole way.
yeah, high intensity, great plays all over the place. I think Indy Red, obviously they won. I think they deserved it too. It wasn't a fluke. This is a good team, and I think over the years, I've just kind of been waiting for them to fulfill their
Take that next
potential.
step.
Exactly.
Well, they have to beat New York to ensure that they're in.
Yeah, and that's, as we know, easier said than done. It's not even that easy to say, but yeah, if Red goes to New York and beats New York, it'll be a W. They'll be into the playoffs as we see some highlights here. Plays all over the place being made. We'll just let y'all enjoy this little highlight package.
This was what got them to half, 9-9.
Yeah, oh man, that throw from Liz Hart, it looks like she decided at like the last moment, oh, maybe I shouldn't throw this, and that's what kind of took some of the
Juice off of it.
off the throw. And oh yeah, Skittles with that sky, just even Shields was like, how? All right, well, for everyone that's helped make this production run as smoothly as it did, I'm Sean.
I'm Lisa Meaden. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a great time. Thanks for joining us for the last home game of the Surge season. Maybe we'll see you in playoffs.
I hope so.
Take care, y'all.